We're up for a real guffaw, rib-tickling laughter. Tink, you better be nice to me. I was just joking about the God's waiting room thing. May I present to you the one, the only, Dr. William Tinkler. There you go. Pretty good.
Well, except for his family, I know Fazio longer than anyone. They don't know it, but I met him on the ferry coming back from my place in Fire Island, way back when he had more hair than Howard Stern. Because then when he went to school, he had a high forehead. Now he's got an 8 head, but... At any rate, when we were on the ferry coming back, he didn't look too happy. And I said, what's the matter? You know, struck up a conversation. And he said, I'm over there and the girls are all around the lifeguard and they're not paying any attention to me. And I said, maybe it's your baggy bathing suit you're wearing and it's way out of style. He said, what could I do? I said, get a Speedo. And for a little emphasis, a small potato, I mean, come on, drop the potato in the Speedo. The girls will be all over you like flies on honey. A week later, I meet him again coming back from Fire Island. He said, I took your advice. They not only didn't come to me, but they all laughed at me. I said, next time you drop the potato, put it in the front. Picture that. And of course, our stagehand, Dr. Seaver, he's another guy that people don't know about him. He's an avid fisherman, really, really avid. And of course, the weather we've had, he decides to go ice fishing. Gets himself a hatchet, a bucket, a drop line, goes out on the ice, he starts to chop, and this disembodied voice says, there are no fish under the ice. Looks around, doesn't see anyone. He goes about 20 feet further down, he starts to chop. There are no fish under the ice. Ooh. He goes a little bit further on, starts to chop. He said there are no fish under the ice. And Seba says, are you God? He says, no, I'm the rink manager. This is all for the ladies here. If a guy is walking in the woods and no one's around and he's talking to himself, is he still wrong? And if a woman is in the woods all by herself and no one's around, is she still complaining? I'm kind of a feminist lover myself. Like, to me, those round things in the street are personal covers. That's how careful I am. You know, and when women get to be 55, they person straight or things like that. You know, it's just one of those things. Anyway, the thing that started me out, in the Museum of Modern History, they have an Explorers Club. Other people can eat there. These 3 explorers are sitting there eating, and in comes an elderly lady, school teacher, I guess English teacher, and these guys are arguing. One guy says it's spelled W-O-M-B-B-R, and she's, oh my God. Another guy says, no, it's W-O-M-R-B. And the third guy, explorer, says, no, it's W-O-O-O-M-B. And finally she can't stand it anymore. She pays her check, gets up, walks by, and says, it's W-O-M-B. And one explorer looks to the other and says, I can't believe that no lady like that knows the sound of an elephant's fart. Oh, yes. Wait a minute. I looked at the audience here. I can't see you now, but I saw you out in the hall, and you look, everybody looked very, very intelligent. Well, not everybody. Most of you, actually, well, a lot of you. And as I think of it now, statistically speaking, 50% of you are below average. So anyway, I have a problem for you. Any math majors here? What? Anybody could do the times table? By heart? Okay, without a calculator. All right, here's the story. 3 guys are in a car and they decide to spend the night in a hotel. And they go in there, there's only one room, and the hotel clerk says the room's $30. So each guy kicks in $10 and they go up to the room, they have to share it. And after they're up in the room a few minutes, the clerk finds out, oh my God, it's only $25, that room. So he gives 5 singles to the bellhop and says, take this change up to these guys. And the bellhop says, hey, they paid $10 and they were happy. I'll give myself a $2 tip and I'll give them each $1. So each person paid $9, right? Andy, what's 3 times 9? 27. And the $2 that took $2 comes to 29. What happened to the other $1? I thought we were all smart here. I don't know either. I've been asking this for years and nobody can tell me. Okay. The new pope decides to make a quiet trip to New York. And he comes in without any fanfare, and there's a limo waiting for him to take him into Manhattan. And as he gets to the limo, he says to the driver, I've always wanted to drive a big car like this. You know, I've had little cars in Italy, but I want to drive a car like this. Would you let me drive it in? He says, you sit in the back. He says, give me your chauffeur's cap. So he's sitting in the front, and the Pope's driving in, and he gets about a mile. He's not that good, and a cop pulls him over. Goes up to the car, looks in, and says, gets on his radio, and he calls Chief of Police. And he says, I made a terrible mistake stopping the car. He said, there's somebody important in it. And she says, who is it? Is it the mayor? No, no, more important than that. Is it the governor? No, it's more important than that. It's not the president you stopped. No, more important than that. Well, who the hell is it? He said, I don't know, but the Pope's his chauffeur. And speaking of around religious things, they finally figured out why Jesus was born in a stable. Seems that Mary had signed up for Obamacare.